Does this personalization then become, the way that you described it as somehow complementary to search? Does that create a new paradigm? We talk, or at least the most recent thing that any of the large internet companies has come out with is this social search that Facebook has introduced. Is that a stepping stone along the way to what you see?
I think so. I mean, there's the social graph, which is really important and very fundamental. But I think what I'm talking about in terms of personalization, it will give way to the interest graph.
What is that?
The interest graph is the set of things that I'm interested in. And if you know the set of things that I'm interested in, you know the set of things other people are interested in, you can create connections between people that aren't just based on whether or not they went to the same school or worked in the same place, but are actually based on, are they interested in the same things? So for one, we can create very powerful personalization technologies because we can see what other people who like the same things, are interested in the same things that you are doing and provide you the same information through things like collaborative filtering. But there's also a very powerful social component there because we can show you interests you may have in common with people you didn't realize. For example, I recently found out that Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, and I both had the same major at Stanford, symbolic systems. So, you can see these kinds of things in the interest graph. But you can also find people who you maybe have never met, but really should know because you have so much in common with them.
It would seem to me that it's a pretty high bar, or at least the barrier to entry to the interest graph is pretty high. You've got to have, as a company, as a platform, a fairly broad and deep level of user engagement, don't you?
That's right. And we're really very lucky at Yahoo because we have the homepage. We also have finance and sports and games and news and things like OMG, which is celebrity news. And so there's a lot of different verticals that we play in, and then also very broad applications like search and mail.
Does the interest graph have the potential to disrupt sort of the paradigm for tech power that was in some respects, if not coined by your old boss, Eric Schmidt, the Four Horsemen, Google, of course, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon? Could the interest graph, or perhaps even something else, change that order of the universe?
Well, I think all four of those players do a really terrific job providing a lot of great experiences for end users. And so, I think that all four of those people will become major players in the future. I think that the piece that the Four Horsemen analogy misses is that there are other players in the space. I think, for example, Twitter is very exciting and very interesting. And I do think that technology isn't stagnant. It's amazing to think about the different waves of the internet and technology, right? The first wave really was Yahoo itself, the directory. There's these pages out there. How do you organize them? And then the web got so large that the directory model broke down and gave way to search. And then, then the next wave came with social. And now I really think we're on the mobile wave. And so, and you think about that, that's all happened in about, 15 years, right? We've gone through four major technology shifts in terms of who the main players really are. And so I think that there's always opportunity for new disruption. And I think that a lot of this will be around interests, but that's just my prediction.
So